Hey y'all, I am here to clarify light and dark in the simplest terms, how to know when you're too much in your light and too much in your dark. Okay, to disclaimer here, dark is not evil, okay? Dark is not negative. It's just the other part of yourself that needs acknowledgement, okay? A lot of the time you're in that light a lot and we don't want to see the dark. Therefore, we shy away from it. So, but anyway, let's get started with this light and dark. Right. Light is the aspect of you that is always in the public eye. Okay. It's always being of service to somebody, guiding somebody else, ensuring that everybody lives up to their potential, is encouraging as a leader, is extremely healing, not in the literal sense, but, healing as far as your presence, healing as far as your voice, your advice, your wisdom. Okay, these things are your light. These things are what you're sharing with the world. Okay, the light is what you're sharing with the world. Unafraid. Okay, this is how you see the world. Like you see the world this way. Okay, depending on how you see that. Okay, you're the light of the world, meaning like maybe it's acts of kindness or volunteering at shelters. It's those types of things. Okay, and when you're imbalanced in this energy, it's doing all of that for others, showing up for others, caring for others, guiding others, which is great. But if there is an aspect here when you're not spending time with yourself, that's an imbalance in your light. Okay, your light, just think of it as like when the sun hits the windshield or hits you in your eyes, okay, and you can't see nothing for that brief moment. And that's the aspect, okay, of that being imbalanced because you're not going to be able to see what's in front of you. So that's going to lead me right into the dark. And the dark now. So the dark is your alone time. This is you just away from the world. This is you with your thoughts, your emotions, yourself. It's this part of you that could be uncomfortable, could be comfortable, depending on your energy. If you're more of an introvert or you're an extrovert, that could be very uncomfortable. Your introvert is probably more comfortable for you, but in this case, when you're always in solitude, you're always wanting to be alone, and you're like afraid of the world. You're afraid to go out into the world because of how the world treated you previously. That's an imbalance in your dark. Okay, you're in the dark aspect of yourself. You're supposed to be. This is facing your fears. This is facing the things that make you feel uncomfortable. Okay, you have to go through it to get to it. Okay, as that saying goes, right? You've heard that before. You have to work through your stuff. You have to work through those uncomfortable emotions. Okay, that's why you need balance of alone time in the public eye with others. Okay, but the imbalance in the dark is not wanting to come out of the dark, being afraid of the lights, being afraid of the past repeating itself is an imbalance in the dark. Okay, it's like it's like being in this space. I nobody can hurt me in here. Nobody can betray me in here. Nobody can do those things to me here. Okay, that's an imbalance. All right, because when you go into your dark, as I mentioned, you're diving deep into yourself and you're removing those fears, releasing those fears. So when you go out into the world, which is your light, you now have that awareness, you have that wisdom, you have that knowledge now. You see things ahead of time, and you listen to yourself more when you're balanced in your light, okay? Because what's going on in the dark, if you have a balanced dark, your gifts, your natural born talents, abilities, things you were given, by the divine will be a lot stronger when you come out of that dark into the light. That way, you know what to look for. Okay, so the key here is to have good. time management, I'm going to say, not that time exists anyway, but like your time, like divine time, when you say it is time to go into the dark per se, and then when it's time for you to go out into the light, okay, that's divine timing. Okay, but but that's about as simple as I can make it. So I'm gonna go over it again. The light is you out in public, is you, you know, navigating the earthly realm, you interacting with others, you guiding others, teaching others, showing others to be their best version of themselves. And the dark is, you know, going into that space, sacred space, to work on those supposed weaknesses, or fears, and turning that into a win. Okay, so darkness is not evil, no matter how much society perceives darkness to be. Okay, there is darkness and then there is evil. Two different things. Okay, so, but all right, y'all. I thought I'd you know, just, you know, speak from my experience with what light and dark I feel is like, as guided by my spirit team. So light is you sharing your wisdom, you're sharing your energy with the world, guiding people in this world, making a difference in this world. And your dark is, you know, honoring that other aspect of yourself, that other part of yourself that makes you authentic. Okay, so when you're balancing your dark, you work on yourself. When you're balancing your light, you are more willing to share your wisdom and knowledge without fear of it being used or being taken from you, because you know you're being authentic. It can being authentic, it can never be taken and replicated. Remember that. All right. So remember, the more you heal, the more you notice. Stay hydrated, stay safe, stay protected. I love y'all. Namaste.